With the broadcast, and then move on to the dailies, and we're going to start with Sky Sports News and James.
Good afternoon, Thomas. See the news broke of the purchase agreement with Top Bowley and the consortium on the weekend. I know you were preparing for Wolves at the time. A few days afterwards, you had time to think about it, and what are your thoughts on the takeover?
Yeah, but after the after the end of the match and the result and the late equaliser, we had some other stuff to talk about and to think about, unfortunately. So nothing has changed for us here at Cobham. We're still waiting for the confirmation, waiting for things to progress, to hopefully have news for you and have, of course, news for us and for the team, to inject some positive energy.
Tom was at the game. Did you get a chance to meet him and talk to him at all?
Sorry?
He was at the game. Did you get a chance?
No, not yet. No, not yet. Not at all.
The news that came, obviously, how important is that for the club as a whole, that it's a step in the right direction to get a bit of clarity?
Sure. I mean, we're the only club in the moment who suffers like this, and maybe the first club who ever did this. So it is a situation that is unique, and it's a situation that is quite challenging. And of course, everybody hopes for the situation to be clarified and to be. Of course, these are steps in the right direction, and we're waiting for it since a long time, because we need the positive energy, and we need the competitive atmosphere also as a club, and that's why it's very, very important, and things progress.
I know you've never used it as an excuse what's gone on away from the playing situation, but how much of a distraction and unsettling has it been for your players during this period?
Yeah, it has for sure. I don't think I think there's no sense in hiding from the fact that it is a distraction. Then it's a matter of like to which level can we still live up, even if we are distracted or like worried or like disadvantaged by it. And we did excellent until the national break. It was like it had no effect in terms of results. It had like almost the opposite effect, that we felt very strong, like during the difficulties and during the announcement and the sanctions in place. And then maybe something also very human and normal took place, like in the moment of 2 weeks off, or 1 week off, but the players were not here. They were like also different influences to them, and maybe more thoughts about the situation in general. And the situation is now very, very long, and the players also want to feel competitive. They want to know what's going on next season. The guys who, a player like Tony decided then to change the club. So there's, with every day it gets a bit more difficult. It's not impossible, but it gets more difficult, and it has an influence. And still we are looking for reaching the level that we are still competitive and can win games. So it's still no excuse, but it is for sure a reason.
Last one, James.
Does it give you now a little bit more clarity moving forward for the summer? That I know we're not there yet.
No.
Does it give you more options?
Well, you answered yourself. In the moment, not, because in the moment it's a positive sign, and it feels like it will come to an end and give us possibilities to act. But at the very right moment, it's not like this.
Moose.
Hi, how are you?
Hi, good.
How annoying is it becoming what happened on Saturday, where you're winning the game and you look like
Well, that's always annoying. That will never stop being annoying. If you look at our results throughout the season, we have a decent amount of wins. We have not a very high amounts of losses, but we have way too many draws, and a lot of draws where we were in leading position. So it was annoying, because we thought we have it. I thought we have it, and we had chances to score the third one. We took broke your foot? No. We took a very offensive approach to the game, to inject some energy and positivity, fluidity to our attacks. We played a bit too open through the whole match, allowed too many counterattacks, too many chances. partly to the approach that we took, but also to a huge part to the behavior within the structure. And still, I mean, we were there. We were almost there, and like even after 96 minutes, we conceded with the very last shot. It's a tough one to swallow always, and will never change.
Your biggest game this week is at the weekend.
You say this, yeah. It's true.
Yeah.
Okay.
You don't think so?
I don't know. I think the biggest match is always the next match.
Okay,
So
we'll put that to one side. The biggest game of the weekend. You
thanks for respecting my
No,
opinion.
I do. Of course I respect your opinion. Liverpool play tonight, you play tomorrow. Thoughts on that? The fact
Sorry, Liverpool today?
Yeah.
They play tonight.
Yeah.
You play tonight, you play tomorrow. Thoughts on having 24 hours less to prepare for a big game?
Yeah. We used it. We will not comment on it.
You can have a moment if you like.
Well, it's what is it? When do we? I'm always confused lately with the days. So we play
Tuesday to
Wednesday, Tuesday to Saturday, and Wednesday to Saturday. Yeah, well, of course we would love to have one more day, but we don't have, and it has to be enough for us.
Last one, can I just ask about Erling Haaland, who's going to be moving to the Premier League next season with Manchester City? Not quite the price tag that Romelu Lukaku had when he came in last year, but
Yeah.
certainly similar reputation and similar things expected of him. What advice would you give him moving to
Me giving advice to
Yeah.
Haaland.
Yeah.
No advice. No advice. First of all, it's not sure, no.
Pretty much.
And second of all, if he does not play for us, I will not give any advice.
Thank you. John Southall.
Tom, so I know you haven't met the new owners yet, but do you have a meeting in the diary to meet them? And have you had any indication of how much money you might get to spend in the summer?
Absolutely not. No. If I had, maybe I would not tell you, but I did not have. I don't need to lie.
You said a couple of times that you need to inject some positive energy into the squad. How big a problem is that? Has it been the mental side of things and the positivity in your squad?
Well, we look a bit drained. We look a bit tired mentally. If we look at our games at the sideline, this is understandable, given like the circumstances around the club, also in which we play. It is draining. It is challenging. Then we had some big knockout games to play after the national break, like with huge emotional input, with huge emotions to also deal with. From losing to Real Madrid to winning at Real Madrid, and then still be out of Champions League, and then another game at Wembley, and then suddenly be in the race in 2 weeks with 4 matches against different teams in Premier League, and that it's quite challenging, and after all we have a lot of matches in our legs and in our bones, and we feel it. So it's another reason, and I think it's everybody knows it, and we can even feel it, and still we need to, with being tired, with being distracted, maybe concerned, we need to reach a certain level that is possible, and I think we can do better than we did now in the last 2 matches. The positive thing is that I feel the will, I feel the motivation. The motivation was very high to turn things around against Wolverhampton. You see it in the physical input. It was almost too high in some situation where like we even attacked with the defenders. Although we were like very, very up high the pitch and open spaces for counterattacks, but it was not a lack of motivation, not a lack of investment. In the opposite. So there are also good signs in it, and we still trust the team, and we trust our players, and we trust what brought us here. So now is the moment for me to stay calm, and to take it step by step to finish the season on a positive note.
And how difficult and challenging has it been for you? So I suppose it is your job to keep everybody positive and happy. You may have some players who are thinking, I might be leaving in the summer.
Yeah, of course.
Have you ever been in a situation like this before?
I think you can always end up in a situation where players maybe in the end of a season have talks with other clubs, have other ideas, get a bit distracted because they signed maybe for other teams. It happens. It's a bit easier if you are like also free to act and be more involved in the talks. Right now it feels like we're a bit like spectators of the development, which we don't like, and it's a very passive role. So this is more or less a bit strange. But yeah, you can feel it. I mean, now we have like already discussed a lot of points, and if you bring all these little points together, it maybe have the explanation why the edge in our game is a bit missing. So still, I can just repeat myself. It's not the moment to point fingers on the players and to be too harsh and too demanding. It's or like, yes, demanding, but not overdo it. We trust ourselves, and everybody in this building and everybody who arrives tomorrow wants to finish the season on a positive spin, and there is still a lot to achieve.
Just one final one. Your away form is better than your home form.
Yeah.
Do you think the players are more comfortable playing away from home? And why? And if so, why would?
Not sure if anybody's comfortable tomorrow, as we expect a pretty tough match and tough crowd. So, but yeah, it is like this. It's a thing where we have no real solutions, no real explanation until now, because we are aware of the fact that we collected way more points on the road than at home. We're on it. We need to see. Maybe it helps us tomorrow a little bit. Who knows? And the final is also not played at Stamford Bridge, so let's take it. Let's take it from there.
Okay, last two in the broadcast section, PLP and then PA to finish.
Hi Thomas, how are you?
I am fine.
Chelsea came back from behind to beat Leeds back in December. Different manager now, plus they're fighting to stay up. Are you expecting a different kind of game tomorrow?
It looks different. They even stepped up in their physical input, which is quite remarkable, because we thought they already play on their top level physical-wise under Bielsa, but they even stepped up in terms of high-intensity runs, in terms of attacking and in forechecking. This is what we expect. They play a slightly different formation. Not sure what they play tomorrow. They played against City in a back five, but only once. Played a very, very good match, and the result does not tell you the story. Watch the match, and it was a very, very good match in a 5-4-1. Otherwise, they normally play a 4-2-3-1. They look very committed, and in general, this is a fast team, it's a hard-working team, and is a pretty talented team individually. So this is what we wait for, and this, of course, a match for them where it's almost like do or die, like a cup game again, cup match for them, and the atmosphere will be like this. So I'm looking forward to it, actually, because I've played there once, but without spectators. So tomorrow will be a big fight, and I think the atmosphere and the surrounding will tell you instantly that what's going on, and we will feel it straight away. So we need to step up.
Just one win in last 5 for Chelsea. I know you've spoken about fatigue and factors going on and off the pitch.
Yeah.
On the pitch, what do you want to see? What improvements do you want to see?
Well, to the last match, it's pretty obvious we took too much risk in our structure, and we were not disciplined enough in our structure, because the approach was already very, very offensive and very risky, and within the structure we took too much risk. So our game management and the management of situation needs to be better. For this game, you see, for the Everton game, for example, we would have wished for more physical input. For the game at Manchester United, I would have wished for nothing more but more goals, because we were excellent there and couldn't win the match. So every match tells us also a different story. That's why it's a bit hard to put the focus on one thing and get better here, because it's a bit like it's a bit of a up and down, and lately, which we don't like, and we're on it on different things, but I think, like for tomorrow, we need to be spot on from first to last minute.
Okay, last question, Nick.
Can we check on team news, please?
Yeah.
So, you said that understandably everybody's sort of frustrated with the results. So
Yeah.
it seems like, is it right that you have the players in for an extra day's training, and you and obviously Marcos exchanged some words on the weekend?
Yeah.
Is that where it sort of began and ended?
Where it began and ended.
Was it the sort of thing that's just dealt with on the day and doesn't have any lasting impact? I know you said the
With Marcos? Yeah, for sure. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, absolutely, yes. Started and ended in the first half, and was not continued at half time and nothing else. So was not continued at half time, and things are solved, so that happens. And what was the part of the question? Team news, and then there was another part. We came in, we planned a free day, but like after the disappointment, it was not even like to punish them, and it was it was normally a free day, and of course maybe some felt like it's a punishment, but it wasn't, because it was not the moment for a free day. I explained them even it's better to be together and to talk about it than to go and everybody has his own opinion, everybody has its own truth, and like you have like maybe more risk to be in fragments than to be here. So we did here very, very light training. We just had a run together and spent time together and discussing things, how we want to approach the next days. That was actually why we brought everybody together, to have the chance to be together. Then a lot of players supported the under-23 on the other pitch, which was very nice to see. And actually it was what we are, like a very supportive, a very open-minded group of players, and that's what it felt like on Sunday. And that was what was the Sunday morning for. It was not to punish them, was not to do a video session and show all the mistakes and maybe the behavior where we could have done better. None of it. It was just to be together, and actually not to be like live in different groups and different and be away from each other on a free day. So that's why we put everybody in. And on team news, we're fighting for Jorginho and we're fighting for N'golo for tomorrow, but it will be close, and I don't know if we make it.
Okay, that's the end of the TV broadcast section.